the biological blueprint of intimacy. Kissing is far more than a simple social custom or a romantic trope seen in movies. It is a sophisticated biological mechanism designed to regulate your internal chemistry. When you engage in a deep, meaningful kiss, your brain immediately enters a high-performance state, flooding your nervous system with a potent cocktail of neurochemicals. Chief among these are oxytocin, often called the bonding hormone, and dopamine, the brain's primary reward signal. This chemical surge creates an immediate sense of euphoria and security, effectively acting as a natural antidepressant. At the same time, this process actively suppresses cortisol, the primary hormone responsible for stress. By physically lowering your cortisol levels, kissing serves as a biological kill switch for anxiety, allowing your body to exit a state of high alert and enter a state of deep recovery and emotional connection. Evolution's hidden language. The impact of this physical contact goes beyond just feeling good. It serves as an essential tool for human survival and pair bonding. From an evolutionary perspective, kissing allows two people to get close enough to exchange vital sensory information. This proximity triggers a subconscious assessment of a partner's health and genetic compatibility, making it a critical part of how humans select long-term mates. The more you engage in this behavior, the more you reinforce the neural pathways associated with trust and safety. This is why kissing is often cited as the foundation of long-term relationship stability. It is the body's way of constantly checking in and re-verifying the strength of the bond, ensuring that both partners remain chemically and emotionally synced. The mystery of attraction. While the science of kissing is well documented, other aspects of human biology remain shrouded in evolutionary mystery. Yet, they point toward the same goal: attraction. Take pubic hair, for example. While modern grooming habits often view it as unnecessary, many scientists theorize that it serves a highly specialized function as a pheromone trap. The idea is that these hairs capture and hold on to unique chemical secretions known as pheromones, scents that are unique to your specific biological makeup. These microscopic scent markers act as a silent, invisible communication system. They are designed to be detected by a potential partner's olfactory system, sending a direct signal to their brain about your immune system and biological fitness. It's a primitive form of scent branding that helps humans identify compatible partners on a purely instinctual level, long before a single word is ever spoken. The hidden investment of intimacy. When you break down the numbers, the sheer amount of time we spend on physical affection is staggering. The average human devotes approximately 20,160 minutes over the course of their life to the act of kissing. To put that into a clearer perspective, that is 336 hours, or 14 full days spent in total contact with another person. This isn't just lost time. It is a massive investment in emotional health and social cohesion. Every minute of those 2 weeks serves a purpose, acting as a constant reinforcement of the human connection. However, while we are heavily invested in the chemistry of these moments, we are often unknowingly sabotaging our physical safety through the grooming rituals we perform behind closed doors. We spend so much energy preparing to be attractive that we inadvertently strip away the very defenses designed to keep us healthy during these intimate encounters. The invisible risks of the razor. The modern standard for grooming has pushed many to prioritize a specific aesthetic, usually involving the complete removal of pubic hair. While this is often done for confidence or perceived cleanliness, the biological reality is quite different. When you use a razor or even certain waxes on sensitive skin, you aren't just removing hair. You are causing localized trauma to the epidermis. This process creates micro tears, tiny, often invisible lacerations in the skin surface that act as open doorways for pathogens. Because these tears are too small to see with the naked eye, you might feel smooth and ready, but you have actually compromised your primary physical barrier. By removing the hair and damaging the skin, you are essentially rolling out a red carpet for bacteria and viruses to enter your system during skin-to-skin contact, a trade-off between beauty and biology. This creates a dangerous paradox in modern dating and health. Research consistently suggests that those who grow most frequently are at a significantly higher risk for contracting and spreading common STIs, such as HPV or molluscum contagiosum. These infections thrive on skin-to-skin contact, and the microabrasions caused by shaving provide the perfect environment for them to take hold. Furthermore, pubic hair itself was evolved to act as a natural friction buffer. Without it, the skin-on-skin friction during intimacy further irritates those micro-tears, compounding the risk. We have reached a point where our cultural obsession with being clean-shaven is directly at odds with our biological protection. Understanding this trade-off is essential because it forces a choice. Are you prioritizing a temporary visual trend? Or are you prioritizing the long-term integrity of your body's natural defense system? Rethinking modern maintenance. It is vital to realize that hygiene and grooming are not always the same thing. True hygiene is about maintaining the health and safety of your body, whereas modern grooming is often just a social performance. When we realize that the hair we are so eager to remove actually serves as a protective shield against infection and a regulator for pheromones, the cost of grooming becomes much higher than the price of a razor. By choosing a more natural approach, or at least being aware of the vulnerability created by shaving, you can better protect yourself and your partners. It's about being direct with the facts. Your body has evolved a specific set of tools over millions of years to keep you safe during the 20,000 minutes of intimacy you'll experience. And sometimes, the best thing you can do for your health is to simply step out of nature's way. The invisible hand of color your environment is constantly hacking your brain, influencing your choices before you even realize you've made a decision. One of the most powerful tools used to manipulate your behavior is color psychology, specifically the color red. This isn't just a design choice, it is a calculated biological trigger. In nature, red is often associated with high energy sources like ripe fruits. And because it is the most visible color on the spectrum, it demands immediate attention. When you see red, your heart rate increases slightly and your metabolism speeds up, which in turn spikes your appetite. Global food giants spend billions of dollars on this single fact, saturating their logos, packaging, and restaurant interiors with red to keep you in a state of constant craving. They are essentially using a psychological cheat code to bypass your willpower, making you feel hungry even if you just ate, simply by changing the visual landscape around you. The science of the red effect. This red effect goes even deeper into your subconscious than just food. Red is a color of urgency and action. By placing it in your direct line of sight, brains create a sense of physical and emotional stimulation that pushes you toward impulse decisions. When your brain processes red, it triggers the autonomic nervous system, putting you in a state of high arousal. In a dining or shopping context, this means you are less likely to overthink your budget or your health and more likely to give in to your immediate desires. It is a brilliant, albeit aggressive, form of social engineering. By understanding how these brands use color to dictate your physical state, you can start to recognize when your hunger is a genuine biological need and when it is simply a reaction to a specific shade of paint on a wall or a logo on a screen. The creative power of exhaustion. While your environment influences you from the outside, your physical state, specifically your level of fatigue, remodels your brain from the inside. We are often told that being tired is a negative thing that kills productivity. But in reality, exhaustion has a hidden superpower for creativity. When you are fully rested, your brain's frontal cortex is operating at 100%. This is the part of your mind that acts as a strict editor or critic. Its job is to filter out bad ideas, keep you focused on logic, and ensure you follow social norms. This is great for doing taxes or solving math problems, but it is a massive barrier to creative breakthroughs. Because the editor is so efficient, when you're awake and alert, it often kills off wild, innovative ideas before they even have a chance to form, breaking the logic barrier. However, when you are tired, that mental editor gets exhausted and begins to slack off on its job. As your focus slips, your brain loses its ability to filter out irrelevant thoughts. This is exactly where the magic happens. Without a strict critic standing in the way, your mind starts making strange, unexpected connections between ideas that it would normally keep separate. You become less inhibited and less afraid of dumb ideas, which allows for true, raw innovation to bubble to the surface. This is why you often have your most brilliant realizations late at night or during a mid-afternoon slump. Your brain isn't failing. It is simply dropping its guard. By leaning into this state of fatigue, you can access a level of creative flow that is physically impossible to reach when your brain is fully alert and focused on the distractions of daily logic. Harnessing your biological rhythms. Understanding these psychological and physical triggers gives you a significant advantage in navigating your daily life. Once you realize that your hunger might be caused by the red sign across the street, or that your late-night random thoughts are actually a goldmine of creative potential, you stop being a victim of your biology and start becoming its master. You can choose to surround yourself with colors that calm your appetite when you're trying to be disciplined. And you can intentionally save your most difficult creative brainstorming for when you're slightly tired and your mental filters are down. It's about working with the grain of your human design rather than fighting it. By mastering these invisible triggers, you turn your environment and your physical state into tools that work for you rather than against you, taking control of your subconscious. The information you've just absorbed isn't just trivia. It is a blueprint for understanding the hidden forces that drive every decision you make. Most people go through life on autopilot, completely unaware that their hunger, their stress levels, and even their creative breakthroughs are being dictated by biological and environmental triggers. By pulling back the curtain on these psychological mechanics, you have gained a massive competitive advantage. You are no longer just a passenger in your own mind. You are starting to see the invisible strings that pull at human behavior. This knowledge allows you to move through the world with a heightened sense of awareness, recognizing when you're being manipulated by a brand's color scheme or when your body is signaling a need for connection through the simple chemistry of a kiss. The power of shared knowledge. If these insights have shifted your perspective or made you rethink your daily habits, it is essential to take action. The first step in mastering human behavior is acknowledging how much of it is instinctive. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button to signal that you're ready for more high-level psychological content. Sharing this information isn't just about social media engagement, it's about providing a wake-up call to the people in your circle. We all have friends or family members who are stuck in cycles of stress or unhealthy habits simply because they don't understand the why behind their actions. By sharing this, you are helping them reclaim their own mental sovereignty and giving them the tools to better understand the people around them. Your path to psychological mastery. This is only the beginning of the journey. The human mind is an endless landscape of shortcuts and survival mechanisms that govern everything from your career success to your romantic life. To truly master human behavior, you need to understand the fundamental laws that most people will never take the time to learn. You have already taken the first step by staying engaged through these facts. But there is a much deeper level of psychological mastery waiting for you. There are specific essential facts about the human brain, how it processes fear, how it builds trust, and how it perceives value that can completely transform your social intelligence if you know how to use them. The next step in your evolution. Don't let the momentum stop here. To dive deeper into the hidden mechanics of the mind and uncover the laws of attraction, influence, and self-regulation, you need to watch the next video. We've curated a specific deep dive into the essential psychological facts that everyone should know, but few actually understand. This next level of insight will show you how to read people like a book and how to optimize your own brain for peak performance. The more you know about how the human machine works, the less likely you are to be broken by it. Click over to the next video now and continue your transformation from an observer of human nature into a master of.